Beloved soul, welcome and stay present in this moment, because heaven is speaking with calm authority and deep care right now. This message is not meant to confuse you or pressure your heart. It is meant to explain God's eagerness so you can understand His heart and rest in His wisdom. If you are new here, you are truly welcome. And if messages like this have been confirming what you've already sensed in prayer, I invite you to subscribe to Prophetic Message today and turn on notifications so you remain connected to what God is revealing in this season of your life. Before we go any further, let us come into agreement together. Please write this in the comments right now. I trust God. Or you can write, I believe God's plan is good. And gently like this video as an act of faith. Now listen closely. The angels say, God is so eager for you to marry this younger person because heaven sees something finished that you still see forming. God does not look at age the way people do. He looks at readiness, alignment, and heart posture. And heaven is clear, this union is ready now. God's eagerness is not impatience. It is completion meeting timing. The angels say the first reason God is eager is because you have completed a long season of inner preparation. You have learned discernment through experience. You have healed from disappointment. You have learned when to speak and when to walk away. You no longer chase what drains you. You no longer confuse intensity with love. That maturity signals readiness to heaven. This younger person is not meant to teach you lessons. They are meant to walk with you in peace. God is eager because you are no longer choosing from wounds, but from wisdom. Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. You have gained it, and God responds to wisdom. The angels say another reason God is eager is because this person's heart is uncluttered. They are not carrying years of emotional baggage, bitterness, or rigid expectations. Their youth is not immaturity. It is openness. God values that openness because it allows Him to keep shaping the marriage as life unfolds. This person is teachable, prayerful, and responsive to correction. That matters more than age ever could. Isaiah 66:2 says, these are the ones I look on with favor, those who are humble and contrite in spirit. God favors humility. The angels say God is eager because this union brings balance, not imbalance. You carry depth, wisdom, and stability. They carry energy, hope, and adaptability. Together, you cover each other's blind spots. Neither of you dominates. Neither of you disappears. This is partnership, not hierarchy. You will not feel like a teacher or a parent. You will feel like an equal. The angels say God is eager because this marriage aligns with your future calling. There are things God intends to do through your life that require a partner who is flexible, supportive, and willing to grow. This younger person is not threatened by your calling. They are drawn to it. They will pray with you, not resist prayer. They will build patiently, not rush outcomes. Amos 3:3 asks, can two walk together unless they are agreed? Heaven sees agreement here. The angels say God is eager because delay has already accomplished its purpose. Delay protected you while healing was taking place. Delay refined your discernment. Delay filtered out what was not meant to last. But now, further delay would not protect you. It would only postpone joy. God does not delay. What is aligned? ECCL, ESIAST, ES3:1 reminds us. There is a time for everything. This is the time heaven prepared. The angels also say God is eager because this marriage will restore lightness to your life. Responsibility has weighed on you quietly. You handled things well, but the weight was real. God is not removing your strength. He is sharing the load. This younger person brings emotional availability, presence, and joy that will soften you without weakening you. Nehemiah 8:10 says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Joy is returning His strength. not distraction, not. The angels want to address any concern you may have or what others will say. People will notice the age difference before they notice the peace. But peace always speaks louder over time. God is not asking you to explain this union. He is asking you to trust him. 1 Samuel 16:7 reminds us, man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. God shows the heart. The angels say God is eager because you are finally able to receive love without suspicion. You no longer expect loss the moment something feels good. You are learning to stay present instead of bracing for disappointment. That shift tells heaven you are ready. The angels also say God's eagerness comes from compassion. Heaven saw how long you questioned whether peace, faith, respect, and commitment could exist together. God is answering clearly now. Yes, they can, and this union is proof you are not settling. You are receiving what was prepared. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." This marriage is being added because you sought God first. Beloved soul, stay gently present, because the angels want to settle your spirit even deeper into certainty, not just agreement. Heaven knows that when God's will becomes clear, the heart sometimes needs reassurance that it is safe to move forward without overthinking. God is giving you that reassurance now. The angels say, God's eagerness is also connected to how aligned your inner world has become. You are no longer driven by fear of loneliness, fear of time, or fear of missing out. Those fears once whispered loudly, but now they have quieted. Heaven responds when fear loses authority. God does not join hearts that are still ruled by panic. He joins hearts that are grounded in trust. You are no longer grasping. You are receiving. The angels say this younger person does not awaken insecurity in you because they do not challenge your value. They affirm it. They do not question your worth. They recognize it naturally. That recognition allows you to rest instead of perform. God is eager because rest is finally possible. Psalm 127:1 reminds us, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain." God is building this house. You are no longer laboring alone. The angels say another reason God is eager is because this union will heal the way you relate to the future. For a long time, you planned from caution. You anticipated obstacles. You prepared for disappointment, even while praying for blessing. That mindset kept you safe before, but it is no longer needed. God is teaching you how to hope without fear. This younger person carries a future-oriented spirit. They believe good things can last. They trust that growth does not require loss. That belief gently rewires how you imagine what is ahead. Hope is becoming safe again. The angels say, God is eager because this marriage will simplify your emotional world. Complexity once felt necessary to protect yourself. Now, simplicity feels honest. Conversations are clear. Intentions are spoken. Silence is comfortable. That simplicity is not shallow. It is mature. Mature love does not hide behind confusion. The angels also say this union will bring spiritual companionship. You will not walk your faith journey alone. Prayer will feel natural together. Discernment will be shared. Decisions will be covered in peace. God values couples who seek him together quietly. Matthew 18:19 says, "If two of you agree on earth about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven." Agreement releases heaven. The angels say God is eager because this marriage aligns with your present obedience, not your past mistakes. Heaven does not define you by what you endured. It defines you by what you chose afterward. You chose healing. You chose boundaries. You chose God. Obedience opened this door. The angels want to reassure you about something subtle. You may wonder if your spouse will change over time. Heaven says growth is expected, but growth here strengthens unity instead of threatening it. This person grows with you, Not away from you. Growth is not danger when direction is shared. The angels say, God is eager, because this union will remove pressure from your decisions. You will no longer feel like every choice rests on your shoulders alone. Partnership creates space to breathe, space to think, space to listen to God without urgency. Pressure fades where partnership exists. The angels also say this marriage will help you trust joy again. Not fleeting joy, but quiet joy that settles in daily life. You will find yourself content in ordinary moments. That contentment is holy. Psalm 16:11 says, You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. God's presence will rest in your home. The angels say heaven's eagerness comes from joy, not impatience. God delights in watching preparation meet fulfillment. He delights in restoring what was long prayed for. Heaven celebrates when peace replaces striving. God is not rushing you forward. He is welcoming you home. The angels want you to continue moving gently, prayerfully, and without forcing outcomes. You do not need to decide everything now. Let clarity unfold naturally. Let peace remain your guide. Beloved soul, stay softly anchored here, because the angels want to remove the very last layer of hesitation that sometimes rises when something good feels unfamiliar. Heaven knows you are not doubting God. You are simply learning how to receive what you once learned to survive without. God is patient with that process. The angels say God's eagerness is also connected to timing in the spiritual realm, not just your personal life. There are prayers you prayed years ago that are now aligning with prayers someone else prayed later. Heaven waits until both requests meet in obedience. That meeting point has arrived. This is not rushed. This is synchronized. The angels say, God is eager, because delaying further would no longer protect you. It would restrict you. Delay served its purpose when healing was incomplete. Now delay would only keep you from growth that requires partnership. God does not withhold growth when the vessel is ready. You may notice that when you imagine this marriage now, fear no longer dominates the picture. Questions may still exist, but they are quieter. Peace speaks first. That is how you know heaven is leading. The angels say, peace is not excitement's replacement. Peace is excitement's foundation. The angels also want to reassure you about identity. You will not lose yourself in this marriage. You will not shrink. You will not disappear. In fact, you will feel more like yourself than ever before, because you are no longer living in defense mode. God is not merging you into someone else. He is expanding you through union. The angels say, God is eager because your spouse's presence will unlock gentleness you kept guarded for a long time. Gentleness you didn't feel safe expressing when you had to be strong. That gentleness is not weakness, it is healed strength. Jesus himself said in Matthew 11:29, I am gentle and humble in heart. Gentleness is godly. The angels say this relationship will not demand you explain your past repeatedly. This person does not live in suspicion. They live in trust. They believe you when you speak. They honor your boundaries without needing constant reminders. That kind of trust is rare, and heaven protects it. The angels say, God is eager, because this union will quiet the internal striving you carried unknowingly. You no longer have to prove wisdom. You no longer have to manage outcomes alone. You no longer have to hold emotional space by yourself. You are not giving up independence. You are gaining partnership. The angels say another reason God is eager is because your spouse's youth brings emotional availability. They are not emotionally closed off by old disappointments. They are present, responsive, engaged. That availability creates intimacy that lasts. Song of Songs 8-7 says, Many waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot sweep it away. Availability sustains love through change. The angels also say God is eager because your marriage will become a place of refuge, not stress. Your home will feel safe, calm, grounded. That environment matters because God intends to meet you there regularly. God dwells where peace is welcomed. Psalm 133:3 speaks of God commanding blessing where unity exists. Blessing will rest in your home. The angels say, do not rush to label this eagerness as pressure. Pressure creates anxiety. God's eagerness creates peace. You will never feel pushed into something God ordained. You will feel guided, reassured, and supported. If pressure rises, pause. If peace remains, proceed gently. The angels say God's eagerness is also joy. Heaven delights in restoring what was long awaited. God is not tired of waiting. He is joyful about fulfillment. Luke 12:32 says, do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. God is pleased to give, not reluctant. The angels want you to continue trusting the quiet confirmations rather than loud opinions. Let God speak through peace, not urgency. Let love unfold naturally. Let timing rest in His hands. Beloved soul, remain here just a little longer, because the angels want to stabilize this peace so it becomes your natural posture, not something you have to remind yourself to feel. Heaven knows that when God begins to move toward fulfillment, the old habit of waiting can still whisper, even when waiting is no longer required. God is gently releasing you from that habit now. The angels say, God's eagerness is also tied to trust that has matured quietly inside you. You no longer need constant reassurance, signs, or confirmation from people. You recognize God's voice through peace. That is not something everyone reaches. That level of trust tells heaven you are ready for partnership without losing yourself. You are not leaning on this marriage for identity. You are bringing identity into it. The angels say, this younger person does not try to rush you emotionally because they do not feel behind you. They feel aligned with you. There is no internal competition, no insecurity, no need to prove maturity. God prepared their heart so comparison would never enter this union. Comparison destroys peace. Alignment protects it. The angels say God is eager because this relationship will simplify decision-making in your life. You will not feel torn between intuition and logic as often. Discernment will come more easily because your environment becomes calmer. Peace sharpens clarity. Psalm 32:8 says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. God's instruction flows more clearly where peace exists. The angels also say this. Marriage will gently teach you how to receive. Consistency without suspicion. In the past, consistency may have felt unfamiliar or even boring because you were used to emotional highs and lows. Now, consistency feels safe. Predictability feels grounding. That shift is a sign of healing. Stable love may feel quiet, but at last. The angels say, God is eager because this younger person does not approach you with expectations shaped by your past. They meet you where you are now. They do not demand explanations for growth. They accept it. That acceptance allows you to stay present instead of defending who you've become. Acceptance builds intimacy. Angels say another reason God is eager is because this union will remove the sense of urgency you once carried about life milestones. You will no longer feel like time is something chasing you. Time will feel like something you move with, not against. God restores healthy relationship with time. Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us that God makes everything beautiful in its time. Beauty is not rushed. It unfolds. The angels say this marriage will also influence how you handle stress. You will process challenges together instead of internally carrying them alone. That shared processing reduces emotional strain and increases resilience. Two hearts aligned. Reduce burden. The angels say God is eager because this union will soften your inner dialogue. You will be less critical of yourself, less demanding, less harsh. Love has a way of healing the voice we use on ourselves when it is rooted in safety. God cares about how you speak to yourself. The angels also say, this relationship will feel grounded even in uncertainty. When the future is unclear, peace remains. That stability comes from shared trust in God, not from control. Shared faith anchors shared future. The angels want you to hear something important. You are not being asked, figure this out. You are being asked to stay present and receptive. Clarity will continue to come naturally, not all at once. God unfolds truth gently. The angels say heaven's eagerness does not require you to act immediately. It requires you to stay open. Open to guidance. Open to peace. Open to receiving without bracing. If fear rises, pause. If peace stays, remain open. Beloved soul, stay gently anchored here, because the angels want to bring your heart into complete rest, not just understanding. Heaven is not asking you to analyze this any further. God is inviting you to inhabit peace and allow it to become familiar, even comfortable. The angels say God's eagerness is also connected to how much protection He has already placed around you. You are not stepping into something fragile or experimental. You are stepping into something that has been prayed over, guarded, and prepared long before you are aware of it. God has already accounted for the things you fear might go wrong. Nothing here is unconsidered. The angels say this younger person does not carry hidden agendas. They are not approaching you with unresolved attachments or unfinished emotional business. Their heart is present. Their intentions are clear. That clarity allows you to rest without constantly scanning for what might be missing. Rest comes when intention is clear. The angels say, God is eager because you're nervous. System is finally calm enough to receive love without distortion. In earlier seasons, love would have activated survival instincts. You would have analyzed tone, timing, and distance. Now, calm replaces vigilance. God waited for calm on purpose. Calm is readiness. Psalm 131:2 says, I have calmed and quieted my soul. God responds to a quieted soul. The angels say God is eager because this marriage will heal your relationship with expectation. You will no longer expect love to disappear suddenly. You will no longer expect disappointment to follow joy. You will learn that consistency can be trusted. That lesson changes everything. The angels also say, this union allows you to step out of hyper-independence without losing autonomy. You will still be strong, still discerning, still grounded, but you will no longer feel like strength is your only option. You are allowed to lean now. The angels say your spouse's youth allows them to show affection and care freely, without emotional restraint. They are not guarded. They are present. That presence invites your heart to open without fear of being misunderstood. Understanding does not require shared past. It requires shared intention. The angels say God is eager because your marriage will restore gentleness in you. Gentleness that was once hidden under responsibility. Gentleness that did not feel safe when you had to be strong. That gentleness is not weakness. It is healed strength. Matthew 5:5 says, Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Meekness is strength under control. The angels say this relationship will not demand emotional labor from you. It will be reciprocal. You will give and receive in balance. That balance will feel unfamiliar at first, but deeply relieving. Balance brings longevity. The angels say God is eager because this union will quiet the internal clock you once listened to. You will stop measuring your life against timelines. You will stop feeling behind or late. Time will feel like something unfolding with you, not chasing you. God restores peace with time. Psalm 90:12 says, Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Wisdom is present here. The angels say you do not need to rush decisions, labels, or explanations. Let things unfold naturally. God is not in a hurry. and neither are you. Peace is your confirmation, not speed. What is from God does not need force. The angels want you to hear this clearly. You are not convincing yourself of anything. You are recognizing alignment. Recognition feels calm, not urgent. Calm is the sign heaven keeps returning to. Beloved soul, stay with this stillness. Because the angels want to complete the work of reassurance they have been gently doing in your heart. God knows that peace sometimes needs repetition before it becomes permanent. Not because you resist it, but because you lived too long without it. The angels say. God's eagerness is also connected to how clearly you now recognize safety. In the past, you were drawn to intensity because it felt like connection. You were drawn to challenge because it felt like purpose. But heaven has refined your discernment. Now you recognize that what feels calm is not boring. It is trustworthy. God is eager because your definition of love has matured. This younger person does not create emotional chaos in you. They do not leave you guessing. They do not pull you into cycles of doubt and reassurance. Instead, they show up the same way consistently. That consistency may feel unfamiliar, but it is holy. Consistency is how God loves. Lamentations 3:22-23 reminds us, because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Faithfulness is heaven's language. The angels say, God is eager because this marriage will retrain your expectations of connection. You will learn that love does not require effortful maintenance. It requires presence, honesty, and shared faith. You will not feel drained trying to keep things alive. Love will sustain itself through care and respect. You will no longer confuse effort with devotion. The angels say another reason God is eager is because this younger person brings emotional regulation into your life. When stress arises, they do not escalate it. When uncertainty appears, they do not dramatize it. They remain grounded. That groundedness stabilizes the union. God pairs calm with depth for a reason. The angels say this: relationship will help you trust your intuition again. You will stop second-guessing your inner knowing. Peace will confirm what intuition already whispers. That trust in yourself is part of healing. God restores inner authority. Proverbs 20:5 says, the purposes of a person's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out. Insight is being drawn out here. The angels say, God is eager because this union will soften the way you approach life, not just love. You will plan with hope instead of caution. You will dream without bracing for loss. That shift will ripple into every area of your life. Peace multiplies. The angels also say, this marriage will not compete with your calling. It will support it quietly. You will feel encouraged, not distracted. Supported, not pulled. That alignment allows you to walk more confidently in purpose. God does not divide what he joins. The angels want to remind you that. Heaven's eagerness does not mean you must rush your heart. Let trust deepen naturally. Let affection grow steadily. Let commitment form from clarity, not urgency. What is meant to last grows slowly and securely. The angels say if moments of doubt return, do not judge yourself. Simply return to peace. Peace is your compass now. God speaks there most clearly. Psalm 29:11 says, the Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. Peace is blessing. As this message continues to settle into your spirit, gently like this video as an act of agreement, and stay connected with Prophetic Message today, because heaven continues to guide you step by step with wisdom, protection, and love. Now write this in the comments with quiet assurance. I choose peace. Beloved soul, the angels say God's eagerness is not urgency. It is confidence. Confidence in you. Confidence in what he prepared. Confidence in the love that is forming without fear. Stay present. Stay open. Heaven is not finished guiding you, but everything ahead will feel steadier, safer, and more aligned than anything behind you.